I'm Dr. KemiOlunloyo, Nigerian journalist on IJ Ikoyi. The investigation, of the Ikoyi building collapse in Lagos. Ikoyi, the highbrow area where a 21-story building collapsed on Monday, November 1st, 2021. There's some information that I get as an investigative journalist that I keep putting out. Don't forget to support me. First Bank, 2007-477-948, and paypal.me. If you're outside Nigeria and you have PayPal, paypal.me/Olukemi, my full name, Olukemi, Olunloyo, Olunloyo. I've been getting some donations from PayPal, $10 here, $20 there. Guys, thank you very much. It adds up when it becomes Naira. But let's go ahead with the investigation. Now, Pastor Ashimolowo had a video that was pulled out and dug out of the internet with regards to Femi Osibona, how he was a shirt and shoe salesman from grass to grace, and how he became a multi-million, dollar real estate developer. His building, the 360 Degrees building at 44 BC&D Gerard Road, was slated to be opened in 2022, and what they had was 1.2 million for the flats there, duplexes and whatnot. The penthouse ones on the top were $5 million. So that's a lot of money if you're collecting 90-something million dollars in sales. It's a lot of money. That's billions. Femi rides a lot of cars, but I know him for having that Rolls-Royce SUV, very nice car. And I discovered some things in the last few hours. Today is the 4th of November, of course. I discovered some things in the last few hours with regards to his work. I looked at Ashimolowo's video, and Ashimolowo was obviously pastors taking credit for the work of God they do. Lay my hands on you, lay your hands on me. Where should I build next? Go to South Africa, go to America, go to London. Femi has built houses all over the place, and his structures are standing well. And then there was a part where he said, why don't you go to Nigeria, your country? So he went there and built 40 units of apartments in Ikoyi. And he just told me he's building another building, which is now 3 towers in Ikoyi. 3 big towers. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. These are the videos that you need to bring out when these kind of things happen. The towers are up, but one collapsed. Now, because of the tower that collapsed, it has compromised the integrity of the other 2. The shock that happened, the foundation of the other 2 is definitely damaged. This place was 65% sold. From what I hear in documents, that means they sold almost more than half. And a lot of people that bought the property, one person has actually spoken to me. Many of them are trying to stay anonymous, which is okay, but you can still talk to me if you're one person that has paid 1.2 million or a deposit. They said they took half down from most of the deposited. So if you've paid $600,000, let me know who you are. You're anonymous. Please email me at kemitalksmedia@yahoo.com. I want to hear from you because right now the investment is all gone. I don't know the procedures or how they get refunds, how they are going to be refunded their money. I don't know. I really don't know how this works because this is ultimate bankruptcy, and the company can't even file bankruptcy. The company doesn't have a phone number working anymore, and we don't even know what's going on. There's no professional presence. There's no owner. There's no developer. Nobody has showed up in 4 days over there. So the way I see this thing is that they're going to use some form of controlled demolition to get rid of the other 2. Unfortunately, that's what they have to do. Those structures are never, ever going to be the same after what brought the first structure down, and the highest of them, 21-story. The rumor was that it was approved for 15 and not 21 stories. That's not a rumor anymore. The fact is that it was approved for 21. The deputy governor has clarified that. So if they use controlled demolition to remove everything and it becomes a site again, it's just like back to Surfside, Florida, square one. Over there, they sold the land to the developer and the proceeds were given to the victims' families. That's what the judge ordered. A judge ordered that. We don't know what's going to happen here. But I wouldn't buy any of those condominiums with that kind of explosion. It is very important to know okay, that those 40 units, nobody has said this, those 40 units that he built in Ikoyi, the media, you need to ask more questions. It's about asking questions, and that's why investigative journalism is about digging. Please, all my videos, if you're going to share them, share them. Do not download my videos to any Facebook page or any YouTube page. I am not responsible for your page going down. There are a lot of pages that I've reported for copyright theft and they've taken them down. Don't risk it. Please share my video on Facebook. On YouTube, you can get a link or embed it on your blog. The information that I have is the information I have about the property is actually across the street. Mosley Apartments, across the street from 44 BC&D Gerard Road Apartments, that one collapsed on. Mosley Apartments across the street from there, and that is the 40 units of apartments that Femi Osibona built in Ikoyi. People in Mosley are very scared to talk. People in Mosley are hanging around the debris side. They're watching, they're quiet, they're not talking. People in Mosley are in fear, okay? But their own apartment village is not as high-rise as, you know, the ones that Femi was building recently. Many of them, I've tried to speak to many of them. One of them told me that he did not even want that in the public domain. I mean, he built it, so he didn't want these people are in Mosley Apartments. Now, the only thing I don't know yet is, I don't know if the people in Mosley Apartments are paying rent or they bought the houses, you know, they bought the properties. My source over there wouldn't tell me either. You know, it could be any of the two, but I don't know. If you're renting and your landlord tells you, don't tell anyone that I own this place, I find that weird. So it brings back another conspiracy theory of people saying it wasn't Femi they found last night. They just made it look like it's him. It's not him. He's in hiding. We don't know. But tomorrow's day 5. It's a Friday. The weekend is here. Construction workers don't go to work on weekends. And these heavy rains, because of climate change, it shouldn't be raining in November, really. But because of this climate change, that very strange thunderstorm that happened that night, you know, kind of like bothers you that over the weekend when it rains again, only God knows what's going to happen. The investigation in the management of the site is very poor. That's what I'm going to say. No matter how much instruments and equipment and people out there, there's too many people there not wearing hard hats, people near there. And of course, these are 2 buildings that you don't know when they're going to fall. This has happened before in America. Okay, a building collapsed and the next one collapsed 3 days after. People were not prepared. Okay, those 2 buildings standing are like time bombs. There are no sniffer dogs looking for bodies anywhere. Even though the one building fell, there could have been people who were tossed from that building into there were people tossed into people's compounds next to it. Okay, and there could be people tossed into the other buildings there. So they're looking everywhere, but it would be quicker if they had sniffer dogs. I think all the NDLEA dogs need to be recalled and taken over there to look and smell for bodies. There's a lot we're not doing in Nigeria, right? Anyway, for now, it's about 1:30 p.m. in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm Dr. KemiOlunloyo, Nigerian journalist, and this is where I'm going to leave the reports for today. If anything comes out later on, I'll update you as it comes in. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay? youtube.com/KemiOlunloyo TV. youtube.com/KemiOlunloyo TV. Twitter and Facebook at KemiOlunloyo, Instagram at Dr. KemiOlunloyo, even Snapchat at KemiOlunloyo. So try to know what's going on. I'm going to give you first-hand information. Don't forget to donate to the fundraiser to help me support this investigation. Have a good day, everybody. It's November 4th, 2021, Lagos, Nigeria.